4.4 million people have died. Now, when you look at the 207 million people, 1% are so sick that the distance between them and the grave is much closer than between them and the living. Why do I take time to stress on this fact at this point? Is to remind each one of us here to take personal responsibility. We cannot afford to play games with this infection. I want to thank the government of the Republic of Kenya for the efforts that they put in making sure that people are informed so that they are not infected. Because our infrastructure is not sufficient to cater for the sick if all of us are to fall sick. Of course, vaccination is the pillar because it has proved beyond any reasonable doubt that it's a game changer. If people get infected, the disease process in the body is not as severe. Those who are admitted to hospital, they don't fall so sick as to be dependent as those that have not been infected. Now, I understand there's been plenty of nonsense on the university. Mwangi is Facebook University, WhatsApp University, Google University, of whether the vaccines are safe or not safe. I'm asking you to take personal responsibility. No vaccine is approved by the World Health Organization that has not gone through stringent process of assuring that they are safe for human use. These are the vaccines that are used in the West, but they are also being given to us to help our bodies mount immunity such that when infections come, we are doing very well. Social distancing, keeping our hands clean, that is the best way to go. But also, I will not have done justice if I would have simply ended at that point. Non-communicable diseases are becoming another household epidemic. It started in the West in the 70s and 80s. They learned their lesson, and while they were learning, we thought that they were more advanced than us, and so we copied. We are seeing our people suffering more from non-communicable diseases than from communicable diseases. So non-communicable diseases are the kind that people suffer because their lifestyle has promoted certain changes in their bodies. So we see a rise in high blood pressure. We see a rise in chronic respiratory illnesses because people have taken up to smoking and the environment around them does not offer them clean air. We also eat more than we need our bodies to use, so we are obese. As a result, our cells cannot handle these sugars. We are diabetic. The diabetes complicates the high blood pressure, complicates the kidneys. It's a serious problem. And then, because of our longevity, we are not safe from cancers. So there are those that are general, but there are cancers that, if they are picked early, they are treatable. In women, also in men. Women, we're talking of cancer of the cervix, and men, we're talking about prostate cancer. Now, naturally, we will talk about the cancer of the breast on women, but men do have breasts also. So when we're encouraging females to do self-examination, men should not forget to do the same thing. I'm so happy that in our audience, we have leadership that is exemplifying healthy living. The Adventist Church is found on the pillar of health message as a right hand to the gospel of Jesus Christ. So when His Excellency, the Governor and Ominto Osoro were working with me, I was very glad because none of them was panting, short of breath. Why? They've kept themselves fit. They are very healthy, and they have assured me that next time I'm invited here, we shall do a cycle race. I think we shall have to ride bicycles to Homa Bay and try to see if we can come back in one piece, if that is possible. And so, when the church is teaching on New Start, I pray that each one of us will embrace, because that is the best way to keep healthy. And if we are healthy, we can add value to our lives, in our society, but also we can contribute to the cause of the gospel by being messengers of God. The class of 2019, 2020, congratulations for the great work that you put in your studies. Because if you didn't do that, you would not have passed your exams, and we will not be here to see you off. There are many things that we've been taught in class, and there's some, like we are supposed to do to a school where the Member of Parliament went. Gesero, I think? Yeah. It's very easy to say I'm doing this to pass exams. But it's imperative that you also concentrate on the fact that it is a profession that is more noble than all the professions in the world. Now, I'm not here to compare professionals. No. I'm here to talk on the impact that your profession has on society. As you leave this place, you have to remember that you are leaving a campus that is built on the foundation of the truth as it is in Christ Jesus. In the book of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 18 to 20, Jesus is asking us to go to the world and preach, teaching them to know everything that Christ left with us. And then these individuals are baptized. And then they become members of the kingdom. It's necessary that we live this truth that we have learned. And where necessary, allow me to quote the words of Sister Ellen G. White, let us use words if the situation permits. The world is going to invade us if we are not careful. Let us live the truth. And so when you quote Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8, it's just an imperative. It's just an assurance that the God who called you here will sustain you. The person who represented the class spoke very well when she